not at the halfway point. Never mind. After this one, we are. Oh, God. Okay. It's one of these days. It's one of these days. Alright, Skywriter Sloths. That sounds cute. I like that. And it's also very short. As Vin once said, it's short now. Save. Instances of SCP-1784 are to be contained in a rainforest bioenclosure with at least 4 m³ allotted for each instance. The bioenclosure is to be exposed to direct sunlight as much as possible. Instances are permitted to interact with one another and the structures they create when they are recovered. Currently uncontained instances of SCP-1784 are to be contained under the same procedures. One staff member who meets all criteria to be an instance of -1 is to be on hand at all times. No other personnel are to meet said criteria. As of 2013, no open flames or sparks are permitted within the SCP-1784 enclosure or in the presence of any instance of SCP-1784. SCP-1784 is a species of genetically engineered sloths, divergent and distinct from the pale-throated three-toed sloth, Platypus tridactylus. The most significant difference between SCP-1784 and its parent species is the addition of a rigid, segmented gas bladder protruding from the dorsal abdomen. This bladder is filled with hydrogen gas, enabling instances of SCP-1784 to remain buoyant in mid-air. The Foundation never ceases to surprise me sometimes, you know? Ow. The hydrogen is formed as a result of water electrolysis in the body, with the excess oxygen routed to the lungs and used for breathing at high altitudes. This process is homeostatically regulated and can be consciously adjusted by instances of SCP-1784 in order to rise or sink. Instances of SCP-1784 also have increased lung capacity and the ability to supplement their diet with photosynthesis from endosymbiotic algae, the presence of which tints their fur, skin, claws, and eyes green. There are instances of SCP-1784 in containment with an estimated still existing in the wild. So first of all, that's a triple-digit number that they have contained, and that's a double-digit number of them still in the wild. That's quite a lot of flying sloths. The currently contained instances of SCP-1784 were covered following Incident A. Instances of SCP-1784. Can you imagine being in a fucking airplane and just looking out and you see a flying sloth? There's Casher floating by. Instances of SCP-1784 propel themselves through the air at roughly 0.4 meters per second by expelling flatus. The flatus expelled is of unknown molecular composition, which causes coherent clouds to spontaneously form when it is introduced to air in direct sunlight. The flatus has roughly the same density as air and is apparently not supplied from the gas bladder. Additionally, instances of SCP-1784 can physically interact with clouds, both those formed by the flatus and those occurring naturally, as easily as they can interact with solid objects. SCP-1784 are adept at forming habitable cloud structures resembling forests or nests. Oh, cool. That's cool. Little cloud house. Instances of SCP-1784 have more advanced pattern recognition skills than instances of its parent species, enabling them to identify visual archetypes of humans, but not individual humans. All instances of SCP-1784 are innately obedient to instances of -1. Any white-haired male human who speaks with an accent typical of New York City and who wears a suit with an orange tie. Wait a minute, what? Let me read that again. I kind of like phased out. Oh, they're all obedient to one guy who's like any white-haired male who speaks with an accent typical, and then and wears an orange tie. When in groups, they can be mantled by an instance of -1 to form English messages by skywriting. Although due to their slow speed and normal sloth intelligence, they have difficulty coordinating any message longer than 10 characters. Even if the message is spelled out to the SCP-1784 instances, it is not always legible and degrades in quality with each iteration. Alright, Sloths, I want you to write down, "Would you marry me?" into the sky. Can you do that for me? Beautiful. Beautiful. Incident A. On 2012, KJ, the CEO of Inc., called the NYPD to report a fleet of green demons. They were swarming outside his office window and spelling the phrase "fuck you, fucker" in the clouds. Inc. is a company headquarters in New York City which manufactures all-terrain vehicles and hovercrafts. Investigation found that Inc. has preempted the rival company in the production of a novel form of remote-controlled inflatable model aircraft. Had been developing such a product for 10 months and were about to begin testing it when Inc. announced that the product is their own creation. No clear evidence of corporate espionage nor any link between the companies in the manner has been found. The Foundation took instances of SCP-1784 into containment, while the rest evaded capture or died. Addendum: on 2013, doing a medical examination of an instance of SCP-1784, which has been injured by another instance, the animal gas bladder was accidentally punctured, releasing hydrogen gas. Through unknown means, the gas ignited and then SCP-1784 instance burned to death, causing the explosion of its internal organs and most of its rib cage through its back in the process. Attending platypus specialist doctor was injured in the explosion. Not only are they flying sloths, but they can also explode if something goes wrong. That is fantastic. You'd be love to see it. I would still love to just look out the window and just see a sloth just like floating around. Hopefully the flatus does not smell too much, because that's otherwise that's a lot of stink in the air. Imagine the guy who got all those sloths spelling "fuck you, fucker" to him, opens up the window and he just gets like a waft of just horrendous smell. Maybe they're so slow because they're not land animals. The wingless ones are the real anomaly. But yeah, maybe sloths back then used to be able to fly via hydrogen balloons.